This way. Okay, so when we place this on, make sure we get these screw holes here lined up, and you can see they give you a couple of different options. You just go with what works. I want to make sure this hole here lines up for our limit switch. And when you put these screws, oh, we're missing this knockout right there. Perfect. Okay. Good, good. I think we're gonna need that. These for the side air baffles. Is that all of them? There. Good. All right, when we start driving the screws in, just don't tighten them up all the way. You want to keep them a little loose. You want some play till you get everything assembled. Then you can tighten it all down. Okay, give yourselves a little bit of slack there. They give you one of these with the primary. They give you one of these with the cell panel. So you only need one. Okay, good. Now, I get our secondary attached. Slide this back here. Make sure all of these sit down all the way. You don't want them falling in. Just make sure the tabs are bent over. You don't want them sticking too far out where they're going to get bent and kinked. These are turbulators. So go all the way to the back. So here is our secondary, and likewise make sure these tabs are go. There we go. And I don't know if you notice, but all over this thing is a nice coating of oil. So when we get this thing all put together and start it up, all of this oil is going to burn off. So we got to make sure that we go upstairs and open all the windows in the house because it can smoke for about 5 to 10 minutes. So, okay, good. So this here gonna be our front, and there. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so secondary goes in front of the primary. We're gonna pull that off when we get all that put back together and put that on the new one. That's our main limit. Okay. This way. There we go. Do you notice what I notice? They sent us the wrong primary heat exchanger. Look at that. This is for a 14-inch furnace. This one is for a 17-inch furnace. This furnace, or 17.5-inch. This is a 17.5-inch furnace. Primary, just under 13. Correct primary, just over 16 inches. Okay. So, it's just the cell panel. If we take a look at the back of this primary, width is correct. So, thankfully, the cell panel on the old heat exchanger is still in good condition. So, we're going to pull that off. We're going to use that. And we will make sure we leave this home with heat today. Okay. All right. let's go ahead and use this one. Good. All right. Here we go. Do you believe this one? It's here. Let's pull this off. Up there. This. And I do believe they want caulking on that. Reassembly. Turbulators are factory installed. Use caution when installing turbulator strips. Do not bend, kink, twist, flatten. Bend the straight end of the turbulator strip 90 degrees to hold it in place. Yep, done. Install. Both the containment plate and secondary heat exchanger panel surfaces must be clean and dry. All loose or residual sealant must be removed. Now, we're using a brand new one. Alright, use RTV silicone around the containment plate as shown in figure 7. There we go. Silicone. Right. Sealer silicone on the front containment plate. We can see silicone that side. So I'm going to silicone this side here, and then that's going to go like that, and that'll keep the condensation from leaking out. So it's going to go like this, like that, there. So silicone around the underside of this containment plate here, and then the outer plate will get siliconed as well. So we just got to go get some of that out of the van. I'll be right back. All right, let's make sure we clean where we're going to put silicone. 99% alcohol. Trust me when I tell you, put your lid on this. I've used it in my van, left it up on a shelf, forgot to put the lid back on it. It tipped and spilled everywhere, and my van stunk. Okay. We're going to clean both surfaces with the alcohol. Good. Clean this one here. So it's gonna made up. All right, nice and clean. Okay, there you go. Nice bead. Just leave that down in there. We're gonna need it again. We'll seal it up when we're done. Okay. So you can see this tab here falls in place. Okay. Let's go 3 screws. Tighten it down completely. Good. All right. Now, okay, let's see here. Coupling box. At least they give you screws with everything, so you end up with extra screws. Better than not having enough, that's for sure. Okay, so this, as you can see, is going to go right over like that. I want to clean this. Let's just clean all of that oil up as much as we can. Don't want to leave any of that behind. All right. Good. Okay. Now we're going to want to caulk around this here and stick her on. Oh. Keep some paper towels handy. There we go. Alright, so that's the last caulking we're going to need. And we will get this So, on the front here, you've got these rings. Those are the ones you want to use. Okay. We put the side baffles on now. We've got two screws that stick out the back. This one here. This one here. They're going to just slip through these slots right here, and then we're going to have a screw that comes through here to here, and that lower hole down to here. And then on the front, we're going to come through, I believe it's this one here, and one of these down here. I believe it's this one right here. So we're going to put a screw through this right here, press this up to it, just get it to catch, and then down below we'll pull this over the edge. There we go. Reach underneath. Too much. Leave some play. All right, and then on the back. Now we can slide this in. go. And good. And down below. Now snug this up. There, and perfect. Flip this around, get the other side. So I'll leave the front corner hanging off a bit. And get 4 screws ready. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. This hole here. Again, and it tells you this one is right, that one says left. So if we're looking at it, this is right, that one over there is left. So I want the screw to just bite, and then push in the bottom. There we go. In the back. There we go. Slides right in. Get the top. Good. 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 Those go right there. Keep these from flexing. And I'm going to work with these 3 screws on top. 1, 2, and 3. All right, got that on. Let's go ahead and slide this thing back in.